I just canceled a date with a man like 15 minutes before I was supposed to be on the date. And you can tell me if you think I was wrong for this. So, some context. I live on the beach, and by my house there's like a boardwalk type of situation. I was walking my dog on the boardwalk, this other guy walking his dog. Our dogs say hi to each other. My dog is being a menace, as he does. He's jumping all over this guy's dog, but this guy's dog is huge, so it's kind of funny. We end up talking for like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. He's like a very good looking guy, very funny, very charismatic. End of this conversation, he asked for my number. I gave him my number. That was like 2 days ago. And then yesterday he texted me, asked if I wanted to get a drink tonight. I said, sure. He was like, can you do 5? I'm like, no, I have plans with my friend, but I could do like 6:30. He sent me 2 places. Like, we were like chatting a little bit, planning this thing. So in the course of planning this date, which is we're going to drinks, I mentioned to him, I'm like, also FYI, like, I don't really drink, but like, I'm down to get a mocktail or like a little appetizer. And like, not that I think you're obligated to say anything if you don't drink, but I've had guys be so weird if they ask me on a drinks date and then I get a mocktail that it's just like almost not worth it to me to not say anything and have a guy be insane. So I say that, he's like, yeah, no problem, it'll be fun. He texts me like a half hour before a date and he's like, hey, just FYI, I'm running like 10 minutes late. I was walking the dog got like fixated on something and delayed me. Literally no problem. I text him back, I'm like, oh my gosh, been there, all good. See you soon. He responds, see you soon, excited to get you drunk on a school night. I reply, I'm like, haha, like I said, I don't drink. He says, we'll see about that, with a winky face. Already annoying, but I'm like, let me not jump to conclusions. He's probably just trying to be funny. And I said, I'm sure you're just joking, but really, I'm not gonna drink. And he says, like I said, I'll change your mind. To which I responded, I just want to make sure that this is a joke and we're doing a bit. And he said, I'm very convincing. Trust me, you'll have more fun if you have a drink. Immediately no. I said, if you're serious, I don't think we should go out anymore. Have a good night. And he said, okay, bet. Hello? Like, you're not going to convince me, a person who essentially doesn't drink. I drink maybe like 1 to 2 times a year and have half of a glass of wine, that I should go get drunk with you because you are convincing. Already pushing boundaries before we've been on the date is crazy. Diabolical. And I'm like, do I need to go on this date where this man is going to spend the next hour, hour and a half trying to convince me to drink? Not really. Goodbye. But yeah, wild.
Very creepy guy. Sounds very, very creepy. I understand that getting high is a norm in this generation, but please do well to do it with like-minded people. There are a lot of normal people like us that don't give a hoot about drinking, getting high, alcohol. Yeah, there are still a few people who do not thrive on taking in too much alcohol for them to enjoy whatever it is that they need to enjoy. Yes, they just do it with like people that are compatible with you. The fact that you even want to shove it down someone else's throat is very, very, very sinister of you. Anyways, let's take a look at the comments on this one. Now, obviously, a guy said here, that's so predatory. So it's not because I'm a girl, I'm a woman, that it sounds creepy. Very creepy of him. Ew. This one says, if I need a drink to have a good time with you, then we are not compatible. Come on. There's still a lot of people like that, okay? It's not everybody in this generation that wants to drink and want to take a lot of things just to get high and feel good. Nah.
I went on one date with a guy and he sent me a list of rules that I needed to obey if I wanted to go on a second date with him. And I feel like the girls are going to have my back on this and the guys are going to hate on me because I did bin him off. So I went on a first date with this guy that I met on Tinder and he seemed really nice. I didn't have that like immediate spark with him, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give him a chance. You never know. He seemed okay. So the day after our first date, he sends me this text. So I just wanted to make something really clear before our second date. I expect women to behave in a certain way when dating me. So these are the rules I need you to obey if you think you can be on the same level as me. I noticed you had 2 glasses of wine on our first date. To be honest, it almost put me off going on a second date with you. All alcohol consumption stops. You need to delete your dating apps now, and I will be checking your phone on the date to make sure they're gone. I also want your password for your phone so I can confirm whenever I want that you're not on apps. You do not have access to my phone under any circumstances. Finally, I don't like girls' night. They're an excuse for girls to lie and cheat. Therefore, all girls' nights are to be stopped unless permission is granted from me. I'm sure you will comply with my request. If not, date 2 can't happen. I don't chase, I choose. Pick you up at 7 on Friday, question mark? Now, I don't know what was going on in this guy's head sending that text message. Like, my mind was blown. Obviously, I screenshot it and sent it to the girls because I was like, you can't really think that you can talk to a woman like that. Like, that's actually disgusting behaviour. So I was intrigued because I was like, you want me to delete my dating apps, but you're not willing to give up your phone, which makes me think you've got something to hide. But I would like to know what you guys think about this, because I feel like I'm going to get some hate for not wanting to see this guy again because of the way he spoke to me. But lo and behold, my intuition was right. He was still on dating apps, so why can't I be?
Come on. Even if you were in the Navy or Army or a soldier or police, like, I don't understand. Why are you giving the girl that you're dating rules and regulations? When you wife her, what are you gonna do? Come on, just take me back to 10 years ago, because modern dating has literally turned into a war zone. It's almost like if you're not dealing with toxic masculinity, you're dealing with toxic femininity, you're dealing with misogyny, misandry. I mean, just take me back. This comment says, I'd go on the second date and do everything he said not to, just to put that ego to bed. Come on, I love a lady that would react like this. But left for me, I just block you ASAP. I think it's very kind of him to hang out all those red flags for you to see before you commit to the second date. Really, he actually did you well. I promise you. Well, at least he's letting girls know he's a piece of shit straight away, rather than months down the line. I'm just glad that a lot of women will not accept this. I'm so glad about that.
I was on a date with the most boring guy ever once, and he literally said he had no hobbies when I asked him. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, I have no hobbies. What do you mean you have no hobbies? He kept insisting that, to then find out he goes to work, he works out, he sleeps. And then he does it again. That's all he does. I was like, okay, well, we'll figure this out as we go. Like, I'm sure like something will come up later. So we keep talking. I keep asking him questions because he wasn't asking me any questions. Because of course he wasn't asking me any questions. Whatever. My matcha comes and he goes, it's green? Huh? I feel like everyone knows that matcha's green, but I was like, oh yeah. Do you want to try? And he did, and he was like, okay, grass. Great. Whatever. And I mentioned something about pop culture. I think it was Twilight, and he was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, what? You don't know what that is? And that's how the date kept going that way. He didn't know what anything was that even memes, books. And I asked him, you don't read? No, I don't like to read. Okay. What about movies? I don't really watch movies. Okay. But you don't know any memes. Like, what about Instagram, TikTok? And he was like, I don't have social media. Okay. The news. I don't watch the news. What do you do? What do you do all the... This guy had nothing to talk about, and everything I talked about, he did not know what it was. I had to explain every single thing that I ended up saying, even if it was a throwaway comment about, like, I don't even know, the Rocky movies. Anything. He did not know anything. Even genres. He was like, rom-com. Anyway.
This is very hilarious. It just absolutely seemed like she was on a date with a zombie, because you're not connected to this world. I mean, if you're not connected to this world, then how do we connect? What do we talk about? How do we just relate? Anything at all. It doesn't even mean you necessarily have to know what I know. But what do you know? What do you know? Why are you now on a date in the first place? You just want to eat in silence and literally stare at each other till you're tired, then you go home. Really weird. Really weird. This comment says, I don't see the problem. He has no social media and only goes to work and gym. I'm pretty sure he might be a good man. No social media, obviously, that's okay. However, you go to work. Okay, tell me about your work. Tell me about your job. Tell me something. Why are you just staring at me? That's weird. And someone replied, the problem is there's literally nothing to create a connection with. Like, you get, how do I know you're a good man? How do I know when you're not saying anything? Do I see into your soul? Come on, there's no excuse for that. How did he even end up on a date? Was this an accident? I'm wondering too. He sounds tall. I actually imagine him as a tall man, really, because most of the time it's the tall dudes that are awkward. I'm sorry. Not having a hobby isn't exactly that weird for me, at least, but not knowing anything about pop culture, the news, especially social media. What kind of friends does he have? What job does he have? Does he even listen to music? Like, you get no jobs, no friends, no neighbors. Tell me something, no pets. This guy is a blank slate with which you could experience things for the first time. You could be his guide into everything. Imagine the joy that could be experienced. He isn't boring, he's inexperienced. Why wouldn't you want to go on that journey with someone? Getting to see how someone else lights up at their first anime or first inspiring character. Is he a baby that I'm waiting to see how my baby takes their first steps? Nah, not for me, and not for this particular lady either. That's not boring, that's unreal. In fact, this phenomenon is a bit interesting and it needs to be studied. Then maybe he has a lot of people that he's compatible with, but I guess it's not, it's just for a few women. Maybe for people that are also awkward or strange, I don't know. But anyways, let me know what you think about this one. If you're out of the dating scene, just say yay in the comments. Say yay, say yay, like say it out loud, because if there's anything I am grateful for is the fact that I am married right now. I can't even understand what the dating scene has turned into. There's absolutely nothing to be envious about the quality of people that are there right now. I mean, it's just a mix of confused and complicated human beings there. But anyways, what do I know? You can prove me wrong in the comment section. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. As usual, I'll be reading your comments. That brings me to the end of my video. Please do well to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I'll see you all in another one. Okay, bye.